you guys? Welcome to the March 31st edition of NBA 3-Ball presented by Established The Run. I'm your host, Mike Gallagher, getting ready to break down a fairly light Tuesday night and preview some of the Wednesday guard injuries, some big names on the injury report. We're going to start with that in 10 minutes. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, please. Going to start with the Chicago Bulls. Got a few injuries in their backcourt. We've got Zach LaVine playing through an ankle injury. Sounded like he might miss this time. Billy Donovan talked about it, how Zach doesn't complain and he just doesn't look right running. So, I mean, that questionable tag is almost doubtful to me. I'm not expecting him to play. Also, Kobe White missed his last game. We'll see if he plays. He was kind of game-timey last. It wasn't full game time, but we found out pre-game that he wasn't going to play, so he may have a chance. And then also Garrett Temple pulled his hamstring, so he was LaVine's sub in the last game, but then he got hurt. LaVine came back in, and it's actually Troy Brown coming in behind LaVine. So if White and LaVine don't play, Troy Brown might be back in our fantasy lives as a guy that, tough matchup against Phoenix, but he'd be a guy that would probably get pretty decent volume. They want to maybe get him going. Got some good compliments from the coaching staff, so we'll see if he could get out there. But yeah, other than that, obviously Thomas Satoransky would have way more playmaking. Vooch had the ball go through him a ton as well, and even Thad Young too would benefit because obviously LaVine is such a usage monster. Another big tag is in the Rockets-Houston game. We've got John Wall, that knee injury, man. It's going to pop up on him all the time. If you missed it, he's possibly getting a cleanup when the season's over, maybe before. So he's questionable. If he can't play, Kevin Porter Jr. point guard season, although he may not be the point guard, it may be DJ Augustine, KPJ's numbers without Wall are good. 19, 4, and 8 per 36 on inefficient shooting, 26.4 usage rate against the Nets. You gotta love that. It'll be KPJ day for sure. As I've said, that Wall shutdown risk is real high. As soon as they're mathematically eliminated, we'll be on shutdown watch, obviously. But yeah, he'll benefit. Daniel House also probable after a back injury, so that'll cut into Harden just a bit, enough to maybe not smash. Harden was ridiculous with his tracking stats, 11.5 minutes with the ball in his hands, even though my man Jaden McDaniels did a pretty decent job. But yeah, be a lot of uses to go around. Wall's been really, really ball dominant lately. The big out tag of the day is with the Utah Jazz. Donovan Mitchell, for personal reasons, will not play. Hope he's okay. And yeah, Conley obviously will start. You would assume Joe Ingles definitely starts. Jordan Clarkson, the sixth man. Jordan Clarkson's splits without Mitchell are great. 26, 6, and 3 per 36 without him versus 22, 6, and 3. Meanwhile, the other two guys are kind of about the same. Mitchell's really good at setting them up. Conley actually scores more points per 36 with Conley. 0.5 usage boost without him. Significant assist boost. That's the key. So Conley will certainly be in play. Joe Ingles also significant assist boost with a little bit of a scoring hit. So all those guys, Boyan also would benefit. Those guys will be getting a bunch more shots with Donovan. And again, hope he's okay. Detroit's guard situation is a mess, as I've said. Dwayne Casey kind of just sat out Josh Jackson and others to get a longer look at Hamidou Diallo. Said he did earn his minutes. So he's going to start probably because Sekou Naboy is questionable, Dennis Smith Jr. is out, Rodney McGruder is out, and Wayne Ellington has a calf issue. He's doubtful. So you are clearing out the cupboard here. So Hamidou Diallo, against the worst defense in the NBA, arguably, in the Blazers, he finds himself in a fantastic spot to keep it rolling. Saban Lee most likely going to start again without Dennis Smith Jr. Certainly has Corey Joseph pushing him, but overall, Casey kind of shot down how starting was helping him. But, I mean, he's kind of painted into a corner here, and we'll see how Hamidou Diallo goes. But, yeah, it broke out great for Diallo with all these guys set to miss time here, although Casey said that they could be back next week, which will cut into him a little bit. Let's get to the 4 games of basketball action for Tuesday, starting with the Hornets getting the win against the Wizards. Great games from a lot of people. P.J. Washington, early foul trouble. Gordon Hayward was red hot to start this game, finishes with 26, 11, and 6. He does really well in good matchups like this one. Doesn't do well in bad ones like Jimmy Butler. Keep that in mind. Devontae Graham hit some shots. Terry Rozier, Mr. Clutch, man. Although I was shocked to find out that Terry Rozier isn't first in the NBA in true shooting in the clutch among guys with 15 clutch games, 20 usage rate. It's not even on his team. He's not number one. It's Devontae Graham, 82.3 true shooting. Crazy. Dame is second, 77.7 if you're interested in that. But Cody Zeller, smash mashup comes through. Certainly will be deserving. Borrego said he likes him kind of off the bench, so he'll kind of be stuck in that role. But yeah, he's in a great matchup, comes through. Wizards dropped this one. No Bradley Beal again with that hip contusion. Sounds minor, should be back for the next one. No Howell Neto was kind of playing through an injury. Not surprising he sat out either. Daniel Gafford also going to miss time. So it was kind of a center split with Robin Lopez playing late. Played pretty well overall. Russell Westbrook triple-double, not even analysis needed there. And Rui Hachimura, again, he is the number 3 guy on this team offensively. Number 2 when somebody sits clearly, and then a massive step down. And also Denny Avdia, again, he's going to play a bunch. I am calling him Wing James Weissman because he is bad, and he is going to play whether he is good or bad, regardless. So keep that in mind if you want to use him as a DFS punt. Nuggets start red hot in this game, score 44 in the first. Fun stuff. Then just kind of fall apart. 24 in the second, 20, and then 16 in the fourth. So they do get the win. But Jamal Murray just took it to Ben Simmons most of the game. Michael Porter Jr. red hot. He is just rolling, man. I don't think Aaron Gordon's going to hurt those guys much. Aaron Gordon, usage is going to be down. Off ball for sure. His defense was pretty good, especially on Ben Simmons. They're going to use him more defensively. So you don't like that. You like your guys to be looking for steals and off-ball stuff defensively, while it also takes energy out of them too. So Gordon's going to be kind of a bigger loser than I thought. Also, Will Barton not going to fit in this offense really the way he wants to. He likes to get downhill and score that way. He'll be more spot-uppy, so I think his numbers are going to come down. Possible drop there. And we know Mike Malone loves him some Facu Campazzo. Sixers just come out flat, and they're kind of chasing the rest of the way. Ben Simmons had nothing go. I mentioned the defense. Facu Campazzo also defended him on top of Gordon. Couldn't really get anything going. Just 7 shots in 26 minutes. Dwight Howard started, but they were just chasing this game, so got away from him. He would have played more. Expecting to go back to the bench was certainly a matchup thing, which I mentioned previously because it's against the Joker. And yeah, other than that, nothing to say. Best game of the night. The Magic get the win against the Clippers in Staples. And man, just bench, baby. Wendell Carter Jr. bench blocks, killed it. Arguably their best player down the stretch, especially defensively. Made good plays offensively. Man, it was so awesome. You got to feel awesome at Wendell Carter Jr. Steve Clifford said that they were kind of going with the starting lineup to get more organized, and that may change. Terrence Ross came off the bench because it was his first game back, so he's probably starting. Dwayne Bacon could cut. And yeah, I think Wendell Carter Jr. starts. He was just too good. Well, Ken Burch is fine. Like I said, he's replacement level of a guy. Chuma is chillin'. Dribble handoffs are running more often. I mean, you got to feel so good. Defensive stuff. On ball, off ball. It was probably, Chuma's had better stat lines, but I thought it was his best game. Just how he impacted this game. So, all about the Chuma life. All about Wendell Carter Jr. life. And then other than that, Otto Porter will be all right. But those two guys, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing the rest of the way. Clippers, man. Paul George sits. And do you know what their favorite cartoon show was? Itchy and Scratchy. Because they scratch dudes. Shout out my dad joke. But yeah, that was rough. Marcus Morris got scratched. And what else can we say? This is going to happen with the Clippers. Like, it's just the way it goes. And they're going to play Kennard, Reggie Jackson, Terrence Mann a ton of minutes when that happens. Suns get the win. Atlanta made a little comeback, but they come through. Dario Saric, baller. After the game, Monty Williams called him a .5. Had a lot of offense go through him. Torrey Craig was really good. Torrey Craig's going to cut into dudes, man. It's going to happen a lot. So, not Mikal Bridges, but Jay Crowders, Cam Johnson, etc., etc. Booker was kind of so-so. Hawks dropped this one. DeAndre Hunter didn't play despite Nate McMillan saying 60 to 70%. Shocker. John Collins' ankle sprain did not return. Didn't look bad, so probably day-to-day. Wouldn't really do anything as far as picking guys up goes. Bogdan certainly benefited. Some more playing time. Solo Hill started the second half. Nothing really going on there. Obviously, Clint Capella will be way more involved in the offense if Collins does miss more time. To the ads page, 4 games, so not much. And all the obvious guys I assume were picked up. Chuma, Wendell, Terrence Ross, etc., etc. I put Alex Len up top. I think he's got kind of an inside track to produce. Pretty good shot blocker. They're running out of bodies. Like losing Daniel Gafford was a big deal to go from 3 to 2. Same thing with Robin Lopez for the same reasons. I put Michael Carter-Williams on here. So Cole Anthony's out till at least April 7th, according to Clifford. Could be longer than that. And he freaking loves this dude. So I think Carter-Williams would be, terrible in field goal percentage. But I think he can produce some statistics. I know this is super lame. And then Paul George missing 2 games in a row, so it's not totally back-to-back related. Hate it. So Terrence Mann and Luke Kennard are options. That's it. Catch you tomorrow.